Hello and welcome back to Alchemy Factory. In our last episode, we started working more diligently on copper and bronze and have it nearly ready, but I do have a random quest that we can easily do, so I want to do that real quick before we continue the work on the copper and bronze. I need bandages, which are here. Do I have any in this ox? No. So I will take these, and then I will half them, and half them, and half them. And we'll take 12 of them, and then turquoise, which is upstairs. Where am I going? There I am. Turquoise, and that's in this box, and I will take that out and half it and put the other ones back. Okay, down we go to the mailbox. And, oh, I have another one here, too, for more turquoise and yeast powder. Unfortunately, that quest from the, go upstairs. The bulk order quest that we were hoping to do, or the urgent request rather, expired. So that was unfortunate, but things happen. And I wasn't paying attention because, well, I'm me, you know that. Let's see, you, and half of this, put that back, and I'll take this. Okay, let's do these guys, and that'll get us some cash. The randoms are only like 120 to like 150% of market value, but hey, if I can get a little bit more value out of my out of my builds, then why wouldn't I do that? So yeah, that's great. All right, so back to this now. A little more value out of my items. I set up cannons, which you probably saw in the thumbnail for the last episode, because I didn't think about taking the thumbnail until after I set up the cannons. But I have them arranged so that they are firing into each of the iron smelters in a reasonable pattern of furthest to the middle and then middle to nearest, because this one's too close to hit that one. So yeah, and then this one's just a mirror of that. I put them out here so that it's matching, but it was kind of arbitrary and kind of pointless. I do need, though, to get coin here, which I think I will do via cannon, because I think it's too far otherwise. So let's get some coin going here, and actually maybe clone the cannon. And I think I'll just put it, let's see, you will fire and land somewhere. Where do I want that to land, though? Maybe over here. Oh, maybe I can just do it from over here. That might just work better anyway. Into this one. That'll work. It might hit the ceiling at some point, but that's okay. And then I do need to continue the coin down this way, which I think I will land it. Let's see, you and you, maybe in here. Let's go, yeah, like that. And then we'll do the, nope, clone, and then do this. Can I get another catapult? How far back can I get another catapult? Can I go there? No, that's too far. Here. That'll work. And I'll just make this a belt then. Yes, that will have two inputs for coin, but that's okay. So coin here to here to... I'm going to need to break this and that belt, that I can get a coin belt landing thing in here. So let's delete from... Let's see, catapult. Can I get it in here? Maybe. F. Yes. If I do a catcher here, there, can I get a catapult from here to there? Yes. Then a catapult goes here to wherever we get to in the corner, which will need to get managed at some point that I'm not going to worry about. Take this out, and actually let's do it this way. F. This will be a catapult here, because I should have F'd those and F'd these two. And this here will be a catapult with, or catcher rather, with that, not that. Oh, this one too. I forgot. You catch. What the heck am I doing? You catch here. You catch it there. You pult. You cata. I got a bunch of stuff in my pockets that I don't need. All right, so that takes care of funding these cannon, I hope. Except that I need to configure them for iron. So I just had a belt going down the middle. It's going to have a bunch of iron on it, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Wait, are we not getting any coin in here? Screw this up. No, I didn't set this one yet. All right, I'm an idiot. That's a problem. This needs to be changed to be this kind, which means I need to reestablish this, I think. And then we just do a cannon in here, aiming for that other one. Forgot about those. Crossway tunnels. You'll go there, and you'll go there. But that one's not working either because I didn't set the portal recipe. You will do this. I'm going to have a belt full of iron ore here, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Although I should probably go buy some goop. Yeah, stop that, please. Let's go buy, what is that, 12? I think I should buy 24 goop. Do I have room for 24 goop? Nope. Nope. Okay. Do I have a portal stone? No. Let's do this way then. I'm going to buy one of these. I'm going to put down a portal here. Just clone that one. And a belt. And I will buy goop. And I guess I need a box for this too. Or I could, fling some coins in there. But either way. And then you can buy me some goop here. Actually, just take that. And I can just buy them like this. I don't know if this is better, but let's do that for a little bit. You've got too many, so let's swap in one of those. You've got none, which is suspicious, but I think it's just because those two are the ones on the ends of the belt. So we'll take care of that. Actually, let's do... Yeah, you've got... Yeah, okay. Let's do this differently here. I want you to have 2 of them. And I want you to have 2 of them with one of these. And I want you to have one of these and one of those. And I want you to have 2 of them. And I want you to have 2 of them. And I want you to have this and that. And then I need to go to the other side. So you can have this and that. And you can have some more goops, Wally. I think I need 6 or 8 of them. Let's substitute these in first anyway. Iron is coming out. That's good. It should be getting ground as well. I see it getting grounded. There. And here. And here. Uh-oh. I need... Okay, good. More goo? That might be enough. Let's stop it right there. Take this and I'll take that. Alright. You get a goop and a goop. And you get iron and 2 goops. And I think I've already got you gooped. Yes, I do. Okay, so I need to get some iron on this one of these belts then too, because I obviously need to have that, not that, but this. You can have these couple. I have too many goops, but that's okay. And then let's put down that portal again. Here. And you will be, oh, crap, there's another iron there. Well, crap. Iron request. I kind of wish you could just throw things down onto belts. That would be nice. But you can't. There. Okay. It's not the worst situation. It's not the best situation. Yeah. So we need to feed in this soap in. We need to make it into powder first. So we need to double check that recipe. The soap powder is in a grinder 6 seconds. The soap is made in 3 seconds. I could use the big grinders, then I can just have one output from every 4 per minute. Yeah, that's right. Okay, good. One output of these like this from every single one of these, except that I need more planks. Of course I do. I think Graspian mentioned in yesterday's premiere that this is the time when planks and nails will be used in abundance. So I may want to produce more of them, but we'll deal with that later. So that's 120, so that's 2 belts. And we'll do the 2 belts coming through. Well, they could come through below or above, maybe even one of each. No, I could do them both below, actually. Let's do that. Let's do some lifts here. Number 4. And you will come in, ooh, just like that. And then you will come in just like that. So those belts will come in here and in here. And that'll be where the soap comes in. So let's combine them together like this, somewhat arbitrarily, like this. And then you'll go like that. I could fling these, but that's fine. And you'll go like that. Now, we do not have fuel all the way down here yet. We do have it here, so we are making the iron, but we need to continue this fuel belt over there. I think for this particular usage, I will use just the ramps, just to save myself a little bit of support for no good reason. Let's do, well, not entirely what I wanted you to do. Oh, that's backwards, that's why. Probably why. Probably why. Yeah, there we go. And so then we can just come to the ramp and come across here, and then... What the heck? Come on. And then into there, and that'll be fine. I could also, actually, I should actually just fling it from here. That would have been the smarter thing to do. So let's do that. This and that. That was dumb, Wally. You're an idiot sometimes. F. And actually this one too. Can I get the catapult to reach that far? I don't know. You go number 7 here, and you go into there. Yep, I can. That'll be better. That's much better. That's much smarter even. All right, so we have these things firing up. I see that. They are producing copper powder and impure copper powder, 1 and 1. The impure did come out first, and it went where I thought. It's making bronze now. That's great. And so now we just need to deal with the outputs of this here, and these here, and these here, to get them together, and then these here come together. Bronze Age. Produce a copper ingot. Okay. So let's do, I'm going to do lifts here. Or... Ooh, do this, do that, do this. Oh no, I can't put them over top of... Right, I can't put them over top of those things. So we'll just come down, come straight out and bring them down, and then sort the belts out accordingly. I think I will bring these to a higher level and the other ones to the lower level. So let's just do output. Ooh, actually bring them to the center like that. It's even better-ish. But that was backwards, wasn't it? P, yeah, it was backwards. There we go. That. And then these ones can come out straight like this. That one will hardly ever have anything on it. May never have anything on it, as I've been told. Actually, let's just clone this one. As I've been told by the folks in the premiere chats and comments and things, for the most part, you actually do need quite a bit of bronze, so producing it is a thing. So let's take this belt this way, and then this other stuff will come out... Where am I? Can I not do that? I can't do that. All right, well then. These ones will come out the same way then, just one level higher. Which is what I intended to do originally, but then I thought I could be... Yeah, you can't output inside of a thing, so of course not. This will come out this way, and then we will deal with the bronze. Actually, should I bring them down to the floor also? I should. So let's just take them out straight. You and you. Fs. And then we'll do this on down to the floor. That, just do a stepwise thing. And then it'll come out this way. And then we need to deal with the next recipes, which are in here. Which you probably should have already clicked on. Which is copper bearings and bronze rivets. Riveting. These are made in a processor. These are made in a processor. 1 bronze every 12 seconds. We are making 2 every 12 seconds. And we're making 2 copper every 12 seconds. And sometimes we may make an extra copper, but that's not worth worrying about. I'm gonna guess that I need to put these in boxes. Let's do that to start with. Let's do 8 T, the other T, copper there, bronze there, green, and then we need processors. So we're making 1 every 12 seconds. Let's go back into here, and this uses 1 every 12 seconds. So we only need really 1 of these, and this uses 1 every 12 seconds, so we really only need 1 of those too. Okay, so these are not sold, though. The bars are not. So we don't need them going into stores. So I think I will just take this belt out and take that belt out and put them into processors. Let's go into here and just do it this way. Number 4. And then you're not... T... Yeah. Do that. This will be copper doohickeys, and this will be bronze other doohickeys, and then we'll take a belt out and we will box them again, but then we will catapult from there to the store, or cannon or something from there to the store. I have a bunch of these ingots in my pocket, so let's throw those into the boxes there. I have soap in my pocket. And I have coke powder in my pocket. Who wants some coke? Oh, we also need to tweak this build because now that we have separate fuel being made, we need to take the fuel off of this feed into everything but these 2 lifts on each side. So I think I will take it from here, or from here. Yeah, we can take it from here. Into that way somehow, which I think I will do by a lift. Yeah. Let's go to here, and then bring this one across to there. Break this lift here, and redo it over here, actually. And then lab stands will take us in, like so. And then this one will go where this lift is, which means I can actually break this back here. F. And that breaks. And then I could actually just bring you in this way, and I didn't actually have to do some of this. You'll go there with the yellow top. This side was only ever feeding into there, but it is feeding back into itself, which I do want to also change. So let's break this here. Actually, go ahead and take this whole belt out. F that. And then you, my friend, are bringing fuel in right here. So we'll do that, and we'll catch it over here someplace. I'm thinking we catch it right here. Yes. I could bring it on the other side, though. But that might be more convoluted than worth it. Yeah, let's just do it this way. And then you can go into there, which I will probably chuck as well. Let's do a catcher here, number 7, with a T like this, that I can fling this into there. And then I could do a couple of these with a catcher here. Like so. And a belt that goes like... Oops, it goes like that. Catch number 7. You can just be this kind. And then you can be a catapult here, going like this. And that'll keep that fueled completely separate from the fuel that's going into making the steel. Not that we are using all of that steel, but one of these days we just might. So we need to also resupply the steel into here from this way, because you can see obviously it's not getting an abundance of steel in here. But also we need to find a place to sell these new these 2 new items. So I think we'll put up another store thingy here and make them come in over here, which is going to be a little bit of a pain, but, well, that's what we're here for. I think I will just use cannons at this point to do that. So we'll do you and you. And then they'll have to catch... Oh, man, I wish you could just do this. They'll have to catch somewhere over here, and then we can probably catapult them in. But let me see if I can get them this far. First. Yes. Okay, good. And yes, good. And then catapults just because they're cheaper. Here and here. And you'll go into the first one, and you'll go into the second one, and that'll sell the bronze and the copper stuffs. And then we need to also catapult, or cannon rather, the gears this way. So let's do that. Yeah, why not? And put them... Nice. Oof. We spent a lot of money today on iron. 100 grand on iron. Yeah, well, we're seeding a new build, so that makes some sense. This quest we can do. We just need to get some soap. But before we do that, obviously, let's do... That was money. Let's do... Where are you going again? Gear. Into here. One back in the back there. So you'll fire off maybe into... If I can get it this far... Would love to get it this far. Can I get it that far? No, of course not. Can I get it a little bit nearer, but still nearly that far? Nope, obstacles. Alright, we'll just put it here then, I guess. And I will deal with it accordingly. Probably just via another cannon. Can I cannon from here into... No, there's going to be obstacles. Obstacles, yeah. So let's do a catapult into here. It's going to have to go basically in a straight line, which might be a distance issue now that I look at this. Yeah, too far. So we'll just do a cannon here then. Make that corner and this and this. And then I'll restock up all of these gears. Now what I should do here is rebuild this so that we're not producing steel here at all anymore. And I will, just not right now. I will do that as part of probably an off-camera teardown. And I'm just going to restore it back to iron ingots, nails, and that's it. But I may make it 2 of these smelters just because. But we'll see. And I'll probably just put it over here someplace as well. Because why not? So, yeah, so what's next? I don't know. You tell me. Let's see. We have cauldrons we can make out of bronze now. So let's go ahead and unlock those. We can also make copper coins, which someone was telling me how we can make those useful. That turns 1 copper bar into 300 coins. And then we can craft an ingot from 400 coins. But I think we can also do something... Somebody was saying we can do something with the coins to turn it into impure powder once again. I don't know if we have that recipe already or not. That's copper. Here's the impure. Do we have that recipe yet? I guess not. Thought someone said you can grind the coins back into impure powder, but maybe we just don't have that recipe yet. I don't see the point in not researching this, except that I need to do this one first. Not researching these, I don't see the point. And I just did something. I got some achievement that I didn't read. Traditional alchemy. Complete the research of cauldron. Okay. We did it. And that coin's going. We do have the Saturn to do. We do have the salt to do. We were talking about this early on, and I think we should probably come back to this one now. The malachite's going to need something and something else. Oh, and this makes... I get it now. I was complaining because I did not know how to get these crude shards. These are gotten from the malachite, not directly from refined sand, fully refined sand. Although it does show me the recipe there, so I actually was incorrect. CUNY, I think it was. It does show me the recipe there. I just can't click on it, which is weird that I can't click on it. But Apparently you run enough sand enough times through the refiner and you get this fully refined sand. It's a little bit weird that it doesn't show you that, but now I get why, and that's fine. So we could do the malachite, which is going to take, what is that? That's copper and what? It's impure copper, I think, actually. This one? And it was this one, clay powder. Okay. To make malachite. And that'll give us those gems, the malachite gems themselves, plus those shards that we can then use to turn into... Nope, not there. It was here, which was right. You can refine them down all the way into... refiner? Yeah. Refine them down all the way into crystals. Actually, I want to look at... Yeah, none of these are saleable. Keep refining, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, and eventually get diamonds. And then you can make them into perfect diamonds by refining them even more, or you can use them for this ruby recipe that we can't make yet. But interesting, well, maybe we can, because we have a cauldron. We don't have this, and we don't have that, so we effectively can't make them yet. Yeah. So the cauldron... What does the cauldron give us besides, well, traditional alchemy, as so hinted at? Can I build one of those? Is this a... Any 3 materials and refines them into 1 unknown material. Some old alchemists still insist on using it. It's got to be built on a heating device. So I guess I should put down maybe a basic furnace for the moment, and then put one of those down on top of it. Is this just one of those? Yeah, it's just a magic recipe. So we have to look for those recipes in the cauldron. That we don't just get them. We can take rubies and sapphires and emeralds in the cauldron and make philosopher's stones. So we'll definitely want to do that at some point, but not right now. So I think what we need to do, though, is not do the malachite yet, but take a look at the Saturn. That's neither the Sega Saturn nor the car brand. It is just another relic. So we need 600 salt, I think that is, 600 bricks, and 600 glass. Now, this recipe seems tempting to take the coal, and plus we can sell salt, but to take coal and, what's the white powder? Or rather, charcoal powder and the white powder, which is quicklime, and make it into this. But someone also mentioned that it might just be easier just to make the recipes directly. I would like to do this just because then I can say that I did this. But I'm not sure which is going to be better. But either way, it's wood and stone there. Making salt the other way. This like a quicklime powder first. Making quicklime is just stone anyway the other way. And making salt is... Wait, do I not have salt another way? I thought I had salt another way. From rock salt. Right. This is salt and sand. So this makes even amounts of salt and sand from rock salt. It looks like it's making one of each every 6 seconds in a stone crusher. Or we can use the charcoal powder and the which is wood, and the stone to make it the Athenor way. But what I want to know is if we do this, not that. Ooh, advanced assembler. If we do this, no, this here. Well, actually this. How much salt per second and how much sand per second will we actually need for these recipes? So the 600 salt every 300 seconds, which is 2 salt per second. Bricks is how much sand? 600 bricks, that's 2 bricks. No, it's a brick every... Wait a minute. I did this backwards again. 2 salt per second, 2 bricks per second, 2 glass per second. Bricks per second here, this is glass, but that's fine, is 6 sand for every 1 glass. So that means we're going to need, for making 2 glass per second, we're going to need 12 sand per second. Okay, 12 sand per second. And then bricks is 1-to-1 there, and here it's 4-to-1 plus more charcoal. So that's going to be 2 bricks per second, which is 2 clay per second, which is 8 sand per second for of sand. So 8, and I already forgot what this number was. 12? Yes. 8 and 12 is 20 sand per second. And 2 salt per second. This is going to produce 1 salt to 6 sand, which is 2 salt to 12 sand. So I would need to supplement with more sand, I think. Yeah, I think. 20 sand per second. It's like almost 3 belts. This is going to produce... But we need to have 12. In order to get 2 salt per second, we would need to have 12? No. Holy crap. How many athanars would we need to have? We would need to have... If we had 6 of these, we would get 1/3 of a salt per second. So we would need 18 to get 1 salt per second. So we need 36 to get 2 salt per second to be able to make Saturns at the rate that they are being demanded. Yeah. And then 36 of these would give us 2/3 of... Is that right? 36? 6 would be 1/3 times 3 is 18 to get 1 times 2 to get 2. Yes. 36. So 36 of these would give us 36 times 6. I can't do that in my head. 216 times 2 divided by 3, which is 144 sand per second, which I think I said I needed only 20. Oh, this is 1 to 6. That's why. No. What am I messing up with this math, and why am I bothering? Why is it bothering me so much? Man, 36 of these. That's obscene. I don't know if that I really need that big of a build either, but just trying to come up with a ratio here. 2/3 of 6. So basically 4 every 6 seconds. So 6 of them would give me 4 every second. So 36 would give me 144 per second. And if I did the math on bricks and sand correctly, which who knows if I actually did or not, I need 2 clay, which is 12. No, that's a 4x, which is 8. Is that right? What am I messing up here? And 2 glass would be 12 sand per second. That's 6. That only means I only need 20 sand? Whereas this produces a lot more. Something's not right. I'm messing this up somehow. Let me pause for a moment, think about this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I figured out what I did. So with 36 of these, I'm getting 4 every 6 seconds times 36, which means that I'm getting 144 every 6 seconds, not 144 per second. So 144 every 6 seconds means 24 per second, which is just slightly more sand than what I need to produce enough bricks and glass, which is kind of convenient. So that should be fine. We can just produce a little bit more bricks and glass out of this, and then we may not need all of that, but we'll have to see. One of the things that I wanted to do, though, before we got into that I almost forgot that I wanted to do this, is I actually want to make the store building just a bit bigger, and which might mean a little bit of editing, but I think I want to make it out to this point. So adding one more space here, and then pushing it back by 1. So let's move these walls for a bit, and then we can get to building. Where am I at? Q. There's where I am. No, thank you. I don't know how I did that either. Let's do T here. Wood on the inside. I guess still here. So there's the store building, and it's going to come out to here now. That's going to be a problem because I have that cannon right there. I guess I'll leave that open, but I do need some more wood. Shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. And then I can remove some of these walls. What am I pressing again here? That should be fine. I don't know if that's actually fine or not. Maybe I leave that one open too. That's going to overlap. Oof. Maybe I leave the whole back open. I'm going to have to put a pillar in here then, though. But I guess I could do that. And this won't be closed either. Maybe I should just not have a closed-in store area at all, and just have pillars to support the upper floor. Maybe that would be better. Let's see. If I put one here, that would be marked like the corner of the store. The other corner of the store would be here, which I need to then do this for. Yeah, let's just take these out. Crowding it in is not going to do me any good anyways, so let's just do that. You'll come in here, and then there. I think that'll be okay for the flooring. I will probably have to put in a post, though, right here, maybe. This wall, does that come out safely? Looks as if. And, this. So then I need to be able to take out these walls, which was my original intention here, which means that we're going to need to probably... No, I can take that out. Can I take this one out too? Okay. Yes, I can. How about you? I think you're being supported by that post now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I take this one out too? I can. I don't see anything else freaking out. 5 walls. No, not 12 objects. Oh, there's lamps on the walls. Let me take those off separately then. Just because. Okay. You, and you. Oh, I had tunnels here. That's what it was, partially. So let's just do... Oh, how did I get all the way to there? Let's just do this for the moment. And they were in the tunnels, so that's what I picked up. Okay, that's fine. So I have pulleys that I don't need, and I have glass and bricks that I probably don't need. But I'm okay. Did we get a day end? We did. Okay, let's... Oh, no, I didn't. No, it hasn't ended yet. I need to go get that soap. Get that soap. Soap. Here. We almost have no sleep time anymore. That takes care of that. And that opens me up for a bit more store. And I think I can even take this stuff off. It's going to take some of the roof down, but I'm okay with that. This one as well as those two there. Yarp. But the front wall I want to leave in place. And I'm going to leave the front part of the roof in place too, which I may do something with at some point in my life. F that. 10 objects. 1, Wish you could come back and count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. F. Alright. And then, as far as this goes, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this, but I'm going to have to get to a second or a third floor pretty soon anyways because of this new stuff. But I think we can still do some of this on the third floor. So let's do this, but I'm going to leave this one open here. Put these 4 in first. Put this here. That can go there. You can have your there and there and there and there. You'll go here and over here. Let's get this whole second floor. And I think we'll probably build this thing up there because it's going to be fairly big and I don't know that we have the room down here for it. You need some support from somewhere. Interesting. I may need a couple more support posts then. No, actually I don't. Because the walls do a good enough job. So these... Let's see, how did I lay these out? You're 3 from the end, then 2 and 2, and 3 from the end. You are 1, 2, 3 from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I might need more support posts back in this area, because if I take this out... Actually, does that remove? Doesn't remove the floor above. That beam must be in an okay spot for that. Must be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. And I am slightly not finished with the front wall here. Well, I'm not finished with it anyways, but that, and then 2, and then that one. 2, and then... So, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 7 is my initial plot of land here. My initial block of land, I should say. Okay. I think this is fine for now, but yeah, we're going to have to probably close in maybe even the entire front wall to start with, and then see where we get to from there. Sold quite a few of these new things, which is good, as well as the gears that we've had for a little bit. 2 Jupiters today. That's good. All right. New quest. I can get by with those things. I have the bricks already. The iron's over here. And something else. Pulleys back here. I don't know. Figure that out later. There we go. Alright, let's drop these pulleys back off again. Whatever I have left. Let's drop them in here. 1. Oof by 1. Alright. So let's take a look at this new build. I do have this space over here. I think this is going to be too big for this space. Someone also said that they, in their build, are skipping floors. So their floors are all double height. That might become useful at some point in the future. I don't know. But that's definitely something we could consider doing. As things need to get taller for any reason. But we have a fair amount of space left up here, so I think it's reasonable to build... to attempt to build this thing up here. So 36 Athenors, which means we're going to need quite a bit of heat. Because those are made on top of heat things. How many of them can I cram onto one again? I think it's 6. Oh yeah, easily 6. Easily. That gives me room for 3 belts here, which... Or 3 spaces here, which is enough room for 2 belts on 2 different levels, so that should be fine. Oh, someone asked if we could flip these, and I don't know if we can or not. We can. Oh, that might make life easier. It might make life easier with the steel for sure. But even for this, then I can output the opposite ones together, which might make life a bit easier. So let's do this. This is 6, so in order to build this Saturn build full on, let's see, Now I'm confused. You're there. You're there. Yeah. There. But we can feed in whatever it is for this, and I guess I should have set that recipe. Oh, I can't set that recipe because we don't have this yet. Salt. Let's go ahead and unlock it. Just because. Takes 37.5 seconds. And that is made here at the Athenor, yeah. Okay, so that makes... we need 6 of these then. We could do them one at a time and build it up over time. But you will need to do lifts for salt or lifts for sand. I think... Well, actually, we should double check this because 6 of these are going to output 1/3 of a salt per second and 2/3 of 6 salt per second, which is 4. So 1 table is going to output 1 salt and 4. Sorry, 1/3 of a salt and 4 sand. So I'm going to need to have... Oh, I can put all that on 1 belt for all of these? Yeesh. All right. So do I care how I do the lifts here then? Well. Going back to this recipe, salt is used... Why can't I see the recipe now? That looks like bugs. Is it because I had this in my... Oh, that's weird. Because I had this selected, I couldn't see the recipe. The salt's going directly in, so maybe I lift the salt up, because the bricks and the glass are going to have to go to their own whatever's later, like their own crafting later. So we do a lift here, and then here and here, there, and there on all the yellow outputs. So all the blue ones are still exposed, and that's where the sand will come out on the floor, whatever place. And that's the basic Athenor. The input side here is charcoal and quicklime. Now this is a disturbing amount of charcoal and quicklime. It's these recipes here for this purpose. So charcoal is just wood. Quicklime is just stone, so that's good. But we need to make 20 charcoal per minute for each Athenor. And the charcoal's made 1 every 15 seconds, or it's made 15 per minute. So 3 of these is 60, which is 1 belt, which is 4 regular grinders making charcoal. And we could do 2 of the new ones, but either way. And so on back through the recipe chain. So we need 4 grinders, which means we need to have... Oh, wait a minute. 4 crucibles. 4 crucibles and 4 grinders for making... for each side of one of these. And that's just for that. And then we need 40 a minute on the quicklime powder. That's times 3, that's 120, which is 2 full belts, which means we would need to have 18 grinders making quicklime powder, which is 18 crucibles making quicklime. So 18 and, what was this again? I forgot already. 4 is 22. I could do these on 3 separate belts, though, because I could just do... If it's 18, that means that's 6 per. It should be 40 per minute, because, yeah, that's right, because it's 6.7 seconds, or 6.7 per minute for each one, because it's 60 divided by 9, and then times 6. So 6 per machine, and 4 per half table. Okay, well then that means we got a lot of crap to do. I could do the other stuff, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. 6 per machine. Yikes. 4 per side of the other, so 18 crucibles. That's a lot of crucibilization. It's a lot of bull is what it is. It's a lot of heat. I'm going to get 2 of these on... 2 rows of these on this, I think, because we're going to have crushers then, grinders then. And then that's an output belt. That's 6... That's 2 machines worth on one of these blast furnaces. Something like that kind of thing. Wow. Okay. It means I need 3 setups of these in order to feed that whole thing. Here. And I think using the smaller furnaces isn't really going to help me much because I would still need... Well, it's a wash, actually, with those. Would it be better to do that? Because I would still need 4 of them. Oh, I need planks. Who would have thought? Benefits of that are it'd soon be outweighed. I would still need to have the same amount of fuel being used. I'm not gaining anything by cramming these on here because it would still be 4 furnaces. But having this be 1 module is kind of nice. But that output there would serve 2 of these guys. Which means I would need to have 3 setups like this just to make the quicklime for that. And then we would also need 1 of these. And it was 4 each. Side. Yes, it was 4 for each side. So I would need to have... basically the same setup. Yeah, basically the same setup. Making fuel. Let's do B and F. And this that I need more stone for now. How soon am I going to be out of these logs? Not anytime soon. I am out of stone, though. Soon. Alright. Tell how much I'm worried about it. And I might have other... Do I have other factories when I'm still feeding in things manually here? Yes. Logs there. Stone here. This still needs an upgrade to the fuel production and the fertilizer as well. This is still old fertilizer here. Uh-huh. What's going on? Why do you not have fertilizer? You're not getting in... I climb. Oh, because you don't have money. Okay, there it is. Money, money, money. How about this much money? For now. These guys all got upgraded, I think, properly. So their ingredients... No, you still take money. Oh yeah, we got to do some more work on the rest of this factory. I keep getting distracted by things. Up here... Either way. One of these would produce a little bit more than what's needed for one side. The advantage here is we also need fuel to fuel these things. So we'd have to do some math on that. We should use coke for that, not this. So I would need a little bit less than this. 4, 8. If I really did 6 of these builds, this would get atrocious. So I'm probably not going to do it, at least not yet. I'm already going to need 3 of these to feed one of those tables. And I would need basically 1 of these to feed one of those tables. So I don't think I'm going to do that atrocity. We also need quicklime. No, we need, where am I going? I'm going here to clay. We need clay. We need charcoal powder to feed the clay as well. Every clay needs 2 charcoal powder. We were going to make 2 bricks per second, which is 2 clay per second, which means we need 4 more charcoal powder per second for some reason. 4 more charcoal powder per second is 16 of these. But that's if we're making all of this. Or if we're making 6 of those. If we only make 1 of these, or for each one of these, we only need 4 divided by 6, 2/3 of a charcoal powder per second, which is... I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be more or less than 4 of these machines. 4 of these machines would make 1 per second. So yes, this whole table would make enough charcoal to feed not only that, but to feed the bricks that are going to be made from this. So I would need to have that table, more or less as is, 3 of these and 1 of these making charcoal in order to make 1/6 of the Saturn speed here. So instead of 1 every 5 minutes, it would be 1 every 30 minutes, which is less than 1 a day. But that's a build. Ouch. Okay. And then we just feed coke in here from the bus to keep these things fueled. They're going to need quite a bit of coke, but it's not a disturbing amount, I don't think. Let's see. We need to have... We should double check that math anyway. Where's the ethanol at? 32 times 6. Type this into a calculator. Plus, I think it's 4 for the crucibles. 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. 48. Plus blast furnaces, which are 4 apiece. 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 404 P per second. Which means that we would need to have coke powder nearly 2/3, not counting the enhanced value here, nearly 2/3 of our belt of a belt of coke. 440 divided by 660. Yeah, a little over 60% of a belt of coke to make 1/6 of the Saturn recipe. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. And the alternate is to grind the pyrite, or no, sorry, the rock salt, but that makes 6 per second of both, which we don't want unless we're going to just grind regular stone. The cost of these is 9. What I didn't do was the cost of these, but these are a heck of a lot cheaper than that is. We could grind one of these to feed in because we want to sell salt too in our store. Actually, wait a minute. You make 100 salt. Salt costs 100 coins apiece. You cost 9 silver coins. That is 100, which is 10,000 copper, which is 10 silver. Not counting the sand we're getting out of it, this is only a 10% markup to sell salt. Not that we shouldn't sell salt, but it's only a 10% markup. So we should probably do one of these to get salt in, and that would also reduce the ratio of sand, which means that we might be able to prioritize one of these to rebalance the everything. I just don't know if that's worth it or not, or just make more bricks and sand and hope that things work out. Just make bricks and glass and hope things work out in the end. I think that's probably the way to go. But man, this is going to be a bit painful. We are also, though, just past an hour, which is kind of good timing because then I can say, hey, if I messed up anything on this or you thought of a different way to do it, then by all means, let me know and I will take another look at it. Otherwise, we will continue the work on the Saturn next time, and then we can go into the malachite after that, which will be much more valuable, maybe even better, more worth it. But we'll deal with that in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all then. Bye for now.